Now we're going to create a new Lambda function. So we'll copy all this code. And I'm doing it very inefficient because I want to show the process over and over again. So what I would actually challenge you to do is try to create the whole update user function and the API gateway path and update the IAM policy for your new function all by yourself. And then so I'll go ahead and take a pause here. So stop it, try it, and then I'll show you how to do it. Cool. So let's go ahead and jump into it. So we're going to create a function, and we're going to call it update user. We're going to do Node.js 10, and we'll hit create. Okay, so while this is creating, let's go ahead and start thinking about what's going to go into the Lambda function. So first off, we're going to delete this and paste in our code. And then we're going to go up here to this kind of event.path includes users and equal to post. Now we're going to add a new section here, and we're going to say else if event.path.includes users and event.http method is equal to put. So you can actually get more higher level here. So let's go ahead and do this to clean up the code a little bit. We'll say event.path.includes users. Then we want to do all of these. And then now we can only check the methods instead. So this is a little bit better way of doing it, in my opinion. So now we don't have to check the event.path every time, we just check it once. And then we're basically doing something different based on what the method is. Perfect. Like we have an error here. Okay, looks like we don't have a, there we go. So let's tab this over. Actually, all this needs to be tabbed over. Kind of came out kind of weird, hold on. There we go. And then we need another curly brace. Okay, there we go, perfect. So now it's gonna check the path to see if it's /users. And then it's gonna check the HTTP method, if it's post, get, or put. And then inside of here, we're gonna say update user in DynamoDB. And this is going to say response.body is equal to json.stringify. We're going to say await API.update or handle update user by ID. That's going to be passed a user ID. So in this case, we're going to be assuming that we're always getting a user ID. So we'll say event.path parameters .id. Okay, so that should be every time that there's a put happening, there needs to be an ID passed. Otherwise, this should throw an error, which should naturally happen. Okay, so with that there, we need to create a new function called handle user by ID. So what I'm going to do is grab this very simple get users, and I'll add a new one here that says handle update user by ID. This will get a user ID. Looks like something weird happened. Okay, user ID. Ooh. And then inside of this, we're going to delete this part, and then we'll go to the documentation for DynamoDB. We'll search for puts. So all this information is good to go. Give me just 1 second. Okay, so with this, we can pretty much do the same functionality that we had before. The functionality is going to be a put, and it's going to have an item, and then this item is going to be passed in, and the table name will be from our environment variables. Then instead of user ID, we're going to have item here. What's kind of nice is that we could do handle like create user and update user is actually the same functionality. If you've just seen that, it's pretty much the same functionality. So we are copying some code here. This isn't as dry as we can get. We could actually reduce the code base a little bit, but for now, we'll just leave it as it is. So remember, if there's an error, we want to reject. And if there's data, we want to resolve. And then we're going to be passing in an item here. Everything else looks good to me. Delete that. Okay. All right, so that looks good. When we're doing this update user, I don't think that we need to do by an ID. So we're not actually going to do that. We're going to say the same as this one up here, json.parse event.body. So if it's a put, we're going to assume that it's being done. The body of the request is going to pass the ID through, and you'll be able to see this more clearly in just a second. So this is good to go. Let's go ahead and save this, and then we can test it.